especially now that they've changed the Wolfpack's recipe to require a Rocketeer driver, let me offer you a much cheaper alternative that anybody can use even without a blueprint. Thus, enter the Hornet Driver, which has been my favorite way to kill Rocketeers since the first expedition. And although I'm sure there are people out there who have found this for themselves, as it pretty much is intuitive and also really fun, there is a little nuance to it which I wanted to cover just to make it a little more reliable for those of you who want to try it out. Now, I am going to go into the specifics on how the Hornet Driver and even the Showstopper work, but if you just want to see how to kill Rocketeers basically for free, you can skip to it in the chapters below. I don't really mind. But if you stick through it, you might learn something you didn't, so let's just get right into it. Up first, the Hornet Driver has a sweet spot, which basically means that it has to be thrown in a specific way and at a specific distance for it to do something other than doing absolutely nothing to what you want stunned. This is because the Hornet Driver does not activate on impact. Instead, when thrown, it has a short delay, then an active period in which it will target and zap things that come into its range. Compared to the Showstopper, which can work as an impact grenade if hitting things directly, the only real differences are that the Showstopper has a longer radar stun duration and only stuns as soon as it detonates. However, both stuns have the same duration and radius against arc, and although this clip was definitely a skill issue, I found it harder to hit flying arc with the Showstopper than the driver. So when it comes to the Hornet Driver, you'll want to be at least around 20 meters from what you're throwing it at for it to actually stun it. However, it is a little inconsistent on whether or not the arc will just hit the ground and explode because of how the Hornet Driver's stun chooses to target. This basically means that in order to get the true effectiveness of the Hornet Driver, you'll have to get it to stun exactly what you want. So let's get right into how to do that with Rocketeers.